Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus, Wiley, about to talk about Draymond Jr. without the rings. Dillon Brooks, my man, who be woofing all on the court, talking big noise. Woo! Well, he talked some trash to the king, threw some rocks at the throne. And I guess since they won the game, especially without Ja Morant, some of those rocks must have connected. So you see the Lakers go out there and lose to Memphis without their best player. Interesting. Not what you want, especially playoff time. So Brooks and the Memphis Grizzlies, they won by 10 points over the Lakers. Game 2, we all saw that series is tied 1-1. Now they coming back to the Westside Crypto.com arena, right? That's everybody now, they be clowning. Oh, man, that's a bad name for arena, especially when crypto was taking them hits. But that's where they're going back, tied 1-1. Brooks finished with 12 points, shot 5 for 14, whatever. We don't care about none of that. Care about his defense and his woofing. James shot a game-high 28 points, had 12 boards for the losing Lakers. Okay, now the chirping started in the second half. So when I read articles or when I watch games, whatever it is to digest the information, right, to watch the games, I always piece it out, and I'm very particular. Like, I go through frame by frame because there's so much information almost in every sentence. Did y'all catch this? Let me say it again. Brooks and James were chirping at each other in the second half of the game. So Dillon Brooks has a game plan, right? Now, his game plan is to try to get underneath your skin, play tremendous defense, play that mental warfare game, and see if it has an effect on you. The greater the player, the greater the effect, right? And I noticed in this game, he waited to the second half. Okay, why would you wait? If that's your game plan, you should come out with that. Well, I think Dillon Brooks is showing his insecurity more than his confidence. Now, I've always known this, and this is one of the things that saved me from really getting destroyed growing up. That the hard ones, that the bullies are actually the scared ones. They're the ones who are really on the inside, fragile, brittle, and y'all not gonna convince me otherwise. One, I grew up with uncles who were the OGs, the gangsters, and I knew, because I knew my uncles, mentally and like deep down spiritually, they were the ones broken. So therefore, to put the armor on, they would go outside to make sure no one really tested them. No one came at them. They punch first. They strike first. They get it started because they don't want you returning that fire. So notice that with bullies, they strike out because really inside here, they don't want you to see all them issues, all them holes. I digress. I noticed that also with people when they play sports. Like when you really start woofing, immediately I go to, oh, this cat already got. Not the other way around. And it's funny, the narrative is the one who's instigating is the strong one. The one who's instigating is the superior one, right? He the one chopping it up. Nah, that is actually showing you a hole in their game. But at the same time, a lot of guys can still back it up. Don't confuse the two. I know a Michael Jordan, a Deion Sanders, and they talk in different spirits than a Dillon Brooks. I really like on that Dillon Brooks, kind of Draymond Green, those guys that know they have limitations and therefore it comes out the way it does. So those guys are just hilarious to me. Hilarious to LeBron James as well, because you ain't stopping LeBron James off no wolf tickets. And you not going to make him change his game because you got in his ear. You're going to have to really defend the dude. But the funniest part about it all was this. So they get into it in the second half. We saw it briefly in the third quarter. They started celebrating. He was in his face at a timeout. Then Brooks drilled a three over LeBron in the fourth quarter, stared him down. Oh, LeBron shook, right? But this is the funniest part. Not only does Brooks support this and endorse this role, he feels that's his job on the team. And he measures it by the fact that LeBron didn't drop 40 on him. He says, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. You hear that? Like 39, oh, no, man, forget this fool. He ain't nobody. He's 39 points on you. He's like, if you don't give me 40, no respect for you, right? So he didn't even stop there. He also said he wished that he would have been able to guard James when he was playing on either the Heat or the Cavaliers because it would have been a harder task. He's like, the dude is just old now. I am not worried about LeBron James. Now, it's crazy because LeBron James, we know, 38 years old. He has had 5 games over 40 points this year. Easily, he could come back to crypto and give him 40. But I don't think LeBron James is playing for the Dillon Brooks respectometer. But when I see him woofing, the worst part about it being an opponent of that is it's all within the rules, right? Like, there's a certain subjective point where you can say something and get a tech. There's an obviously objective place where if you physically do something, we can obviously give you a foul. But when someone is woofing within the reason of the referees and the realm of what they say, hey, that's okay, that's allowed. Because if you ever go to an NBA game and is in earshot, oh my God, the chirping is so much. The N-bombs are dropping. The MFs is everywhere, right? So to that point, they allow a lot in the NBA. And Dillon Brooks goes past that point. And then even a Draymond and Dillon at times, they cross the line. So LeBron got to deal with this. Every player got to deal with this. How much y'all think that really changes the game? You're talking about the highest skilled players in the world. We're talking about degrees of black belts. You think they getting affected by the war of words? You hear somebody who played against Jordan, you have to say yeah. And I'm like, dog, how in the hell? But I play football where nothing talks louder than those pads we put on. So maybe it's just a difference in sports because you can say whatever you want, but when you bring that pain, oh, that's the only thing I'm hearing.